All right, let's talk about some enhancements to fixed assets management. So now they have added the capability to split an asset into multiple assets. So if you buy 5 computers, 5 laptops, for example, and you want to split them out later into 5 different laptops, you might have sold one or disposed of one, then you now have the ability to be able to split those assets. So down here, it tells you that we're going to be on the asset record. We're going to view it and we're going to hit split and we're going to put the split date in. We're going to create the names, costs, and if applicable, salvage values for those assets. And the total cost has to equal the original total cost of the main asset you're splitting. So once you get all that done, it'll create these 5 different laptops and you will then have that split created. Okay. Another feature they've added is the ability to revert partial disposals. So if you've accidentally disposed of an asset or partially disposed, you're going to want to revert it. For example, you're going to come here to the disposals tab on the asset. You're going to click 3 dots and hit revert. So it gives you the ability to remove the partially disposed journal entry, it removes that disposal record, and it restores depreciation back to where it was. Okay, so that's another new feature they've added. Enhancements to the construction in progress, the asset capitalization have been made as well. So if you, for example, bought some electrical components for a building and the building isn't going to be capitalized, it's not going to be done for another 6 months, you can now set the capitalization date to be that later 6-month date, for example. They also have given the ability to revert the capitalization if needed. The other updates to fixed assets management, disposals have been moved to a dedicated tab now on the asset. They have also put the fixed asset management section, if it's integrated in your environment, to the AP and purchasing areas. They've put a fixed asset management area down here at the bottom in the details of a bill line, for example. So you can create a new fixed asset, you can create multiple ones. You can create a construction in progress or add to a construction in progress asset or do not create an asset at all. Okay, so this fixed asset management area right here has more features now here for actions here on the left, for example. Okay. And finally, they have updated some labels to improve the clarity and consistency across the fixed asset management user interface, so that some of the labels and fields will match up a little bit better. Then if you want to read all of the fixed asset management enhancements, go over here in your release menu and you'll see fixed asset management area here. Now let's talk about the enhancements to work in progress or WIP management. So now they have a feature where you can base the project's PM or project manager forecast on its primary forecast estimate. So in the estimate area, under projects estimates, you have this option for setting the primary forecast on an estimate. So this primary forecast button is turned on for job 22022 and then it's 1.44 million. So over in the actual WIP schedule, under projects, WIP schedules, right here, for 22022, if I look at the details, here is the PM forecast cost of completion at 1.444 million. Okay, so in order for this to work, you have to click on update PM forecast based on primary forecast estimate. So why this is useful? It is for when a project manager forecasts with an integrated software and they push that forecast into Intact and tag it as the primary forecast, whoever's running the WIP schedule, if it's the CFO or the accounting department, they can reference the forecast that came from that integration. Okay. And then also remember, you can change where columns are by using the edit layout function. So if I want to put it right here next to what I, as the CFO or accounting department, is going to use for over under, I can see it right there and adopt it by typing it in. Or I can use the buttons at the top here to populate this number over here in the CFO column. Okay, so that's the use case scenario for the new project based on primary forecast, the new project PM forecast.